Good afternoon and welcome to Governance Dialogues, a program that we host on a periodic basis to explore governance challenges and priorities in conversations with thought leaders, be they regulators, board members, investors, or other financial market participants. And it is my pleasure to welcome today Daniela Weber Rey to this program to talk about some of these interesting cases that we've seen coming out of Germany. We've heard over the last several months a number of cases. Wirecard is something that we've discussed on this program, but also Volkswagen, Deutsche Bank, with which I know you're more than familiar with. And I wonder, from your perspective, you can say a few words as to whether you see these cases being part of a continuum, or sort of isolated cases where there's specific failings that are, just happen to be in Germany, but not necessarily related in terms of their failings and lessons learned.
In my view, there are a number of failures. Clearly, the regulators failed in Europe and in Germany in regulating Europe-wide this type of financial platforms, payment platforms. There is a fragmentation of regulation, and that is clearly being attacked now. ESMA has been dealing with that. The German regulator is dealing with that, clear failures of the system Europe-wide. There is a clear, as a consequence, a clear insufficiency in regulation, in supervision by BaFin. There are two heads, BaFin war, market supervision and banking supervision. Banking supervision is only a small part within Wirecard. Market supervision, they started off a number of things, but they didn't really have the enforcement rights. That is a clear failure of the German regulatory system.
May I ask what your thoughts are as to what might be some of the key areas that they're sort of looking at right now? I know audits is one of them, because supervision of auditors was, as far as I remember, previously not with BaFin, and that might be changing. And indeed, many other regulators that I've spoken to also talk about the fact that supervision of auditors is an issue for them. So I wonder what your thoughts are on this particular issue and other issues that BaFin might want to, let's say, bring back in their...
It will not necessarily provide supervision by BaFin to the auditors, but it will toughen the standards, it will toughen the liability, will toughen the liability periods, and it's going to be a challenge. And obviously, the auditors are not extremely happy with that, so we'll see what will come of it.
Companies like Deutsche Bank, which we spoke just a second ago, have revised their governance structures. I know that recently they introduced even a sustainability committee of the board, which is a 13 sort of men and women strong committee, which is larger than boards in some companies altogether. And so there are changes also in the positive direction. Do you mind to say a few words about what you see are kind of the currents that are positive evolutions in Germany in large company boards?
We completely redid the German corporate governance code. We didn't rewrite it, we restructured it completely. While I was still there, I was there until the publication of the completely restructured code. Mm-hmm. But then I left after 12 years. The focus there was on independence, which is a big issue also on the board governance topic, also for the auditors, and is being discussed in the Wirecard case also. There was a big issue on remuneration. So it's pay for performance, focus on also non-financial aspects having to be taken into account in the remuneration definition system.